Hey everybody, this is Jeremy Lampo, and this is day 2 of the Carnivore Challenge. I'm going to eat strictly carnivore for the next 30 days to see what it does to my body and to see what changes that I can make permanently in my diet. So today I actually remembered to bring my lunch, so I brought the other half of those eggs as well as Italian sausage. I put salt on them, and that was about it. I also remember that I didn't tell you yesterday what my starting weight was. The scale's never good to me, so I kind of stay away from it as much as possible. I try not to live and die by the scale. I know that that's really hard, but roughly, I would say that I'm around 230 pounds right now. My starting weight was about 264 at my highest, so I've lost a good chunk of weight up into this point. But there are certain other goals that I would like to meet as well. Um, I also didn't mention about seasonings yesterday. I would say that as far as seasonings go, I'm going to stick with salt, maybe some pepper. If I don't like the flavor of it, this is not the let's torture yourself for 30 days. This is a 30-day challenge, but I don't think it should be really that much of a challenge. It's just a hey, does this way of eating work for me? Do I feel like it's sustainable, and do I feel like it's really good for my body? And so I'm just trying to figure that out. So I'm certainly not going to torture myself for the next 30 days by not adding lemon juice when I think it needs it. Just making that up off the top of my head. So that's as far as that goes when it comes to seasoning. So lunch was really good. Enjoyed that. Probably ate that at around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Teachers generally eat lunch really early, and I'm no exception to that. And I fasted roughly around 18 hours because I think my last meal yesterday was right around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So still trying 18 to 6 intermittent fasting. And when I got home today, kind of cleaned up a little bit, and I took my glucose and ketone measurements. So today I was 100 on my glucose was 100, and my ketones were zero point 0.8. So just a tad bit higher on the glucose and almost double for the ketones from yesterday. Again, what does that mean? I'm not quite sure. I run pretty low on ketones uh, on regular keto, and I generally don't get into the ones that often. We'll see what happens. This is kind of the of what I'm trying to figure out here. Maybe it's the seasoning or the other things that I'm using on my food that's kind of lowering my ketones, or maybe it's not giving me the results that I fully want. So that's kind of what this is all about as well. So today I'm going to talk about a different why, and then I'm going to show you what's for dinner. So my different why is a really simple why. I have had eczema for a good chunk of my life. I generally get it right around my nose area. Turn into the light, and sometimes I'll get it over the eyebrow, and then I'll also get it on my ankles somewhat. And so I went to a dermatologist, so of course they could give me this prescription steroid medicine, which clears it all up. And then, of course, 3 months later, you find out that there's other studies that it could cause cancer. So I kind of stopped using it, and I would have flare ups of this dry, flaky skin. And, uh, and so another thing that I realized on keto is that that goes away almost entirely. So I still have a little flare ups. I still use just a generic moisturizer, but I would say it's at least 90 to 95% better because, as we know, that's all inflammation. and all the carbs are causing inflammation and those flare up. So it's not a major why, but it's certainly a why. It's a, why am I doing this? Well, my skin looks better from there. So how about now I'll go and show you what I'm making for dinner. All right, let's go look. Hey y'all, dinner's about ready. Let's take a look and see what we got. So if you're gonna cook, you might as well meal plan, right? So I've got just some ground meat on my cast iron skillet. That's gonna be for some more eggs later tonight. I've got my salmon, that's gonna be for dinner tonight. And if you like bacon, you're gonna like the Carnivore challenge. And if you look in the back there, you see I got a little extra smoking tube. Probably like 15 bucks on Amazon. You shove a whole bunch of pellets in here, just the regular pellets that you have. And you shove them in the tube and you light it up and it gives you a little extra smoky flavor. I like that. So once I put everything on inside, I'll show you how I put everything together. Okay, got my ground meat and about 8 eggs. Did some butter in there as well. So now I'm going to show you how to mix in, what does Dr. Berry call it, like the multivitamin of the cow. So this is liver. So here's the trick about putting liver in your in your food. Freeze it nice and flat, right? And then take it out of the freezer and then cut it in thin strips and then chop it up, and this is what you get. And then once you put this in here and mix it all in, when it browns, it's gonna look like ground meat. And so you don't even notice, especially with the taste of like eggs and what have you. So you get your little multivitamin in there. And if you do that a couple times a week, I mean, I probably put maybe 2 or 3 ounces in there as well. Right? And then to finish it off, this is magic. Ready for this? So here's my yummy smoked bacon. And most people have these sitting in your drawer somewhere. It's for like cutting up herbs and whatnot, right? That sits in your drawer and nobody ever uses it, right? This is perfect for bacon. So once you got your little bacon, now you're just gonna crunch it up like this. And look at those nice little sprigs of bacon that you are going to be able to spread out evenly, so you don't have to crumble it all up. You just cut it up like this. Takes you a few seconds, right? And look how nice that's going to be. So that's going to be bacon, ground meat, little liver, some butter, and that is going to be at least 2 meals for me. If I'm still hungry, my salmon is ready over here. And so if I'm still hungry, I might eat a little bit of this for dinner tonight as well. I'm big into meal planning. I like to think way ahead. So for tomorrow, not only will I have still part of this, but I got a little something going in on the sous vide. So if you want to look in there. So I just took a London broil and I sealed it up, just again seasoned with salt. And that is going to be dinner tomorrow. So all I have to do is come home and sear it. And that's basically done because we've got other activities and tomorrow is Friday. All right, my friends, I will see you later for day 3. See you tomorrow. Bye.